Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Baggies Out coverage of Flight 1 from the 2024 U.S. National Championship. Today you have me and Patrick giving you all the details on what went down. Today for the flight, we had a maximum distance double drop that was canceled, and then the fly-in, a hez waltz, and a fly-on. The fly-on could fit anywhere in between any of the tasks. It was any order. So with that, we'll roll into the first task, the fly-in. So, how you doing, Patrick?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Looks like we got Joe Zwada first up.
Nice. So, Joe's winding up his bag. Thinking
like he's gonna throw
baseball instead of throwing. So, like 1.73 meters. So, like, how? Typically, I will try to almost always baseball throw it because I feel like if I wind it up, I'm really just hoping for not necessarily a great score. I'm just hoping for a score. Of course, then you have Nick that just comes in and shoots it in for 2 meters from the edge of the field, basically.
Yeah. I've always thought of the throw, like the baseball throw, of like more of a precision type of throw. So generally, you're really close to the fabric of the X. And if I'm going to wind it up, I'm pretty much just trying to get a better score than what I'm currently flying at. So
you're
definitely less accurate. So we got Blake Aldridge here. Looks like he's going to have a nice drop.
Followed by Chase Donner back there. Looks like there's pretty good left on the deck there. Both of them seem like they're getting, but Nick didn't quite get as much, it looked like.
Yeah, and this day was kind of tricky because there wasn't a lot of steering, between the ground and 3,000 feet. So you kind of had to really go up high, and you only really had like one shot. To kind of get into this target.
I remember I think there was quite a few people that I think this first part of the pack didn't have to quite bomb in as much, or maybe they were planning to sacrifice on the max drop. But if you went for like the bottom of the max box, for the first A box, then I remember it being pretty difficult to get over to this one.
Yeah, we kind of did the same thing where we were trying to maximize the double drop, and the winds just weren't quite there to pull off what we were trying to achieve.
Yeah,
and then having the task canceled really hurt us at the end.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Yeah. I think that sort of jacked up a lot of people. It's like it was sort of unfortunate because if you had sacrificed on the max, then you really gained a lot from not getting on for it.
Exactly.
Pretty good throw from Allen there.
Yeah.
980 points on it too. Dang.
Got Amanda Broadbeck, the 2-time U.S. Women's National Championship.
Nice. Looks like she'll have a good drop on there too. Baseball throw in. Bam. 0.8. Dang.
Yeah, that's a good score there.
Yeah. Took first place on that one. Got Ryan Duff coming in. Ryan's probably one of the younger competitors, I think, from the nationals this year. I don't know if he was the youngest, but definitely on the lower side.
Yeah, him, Ryan, and Ben Leatherman. Both pretty young.
Yep.
Did well this year.
And then we go to Mark Sullivan, definitely part of the old guard.
And still doing it.
Yeah.
1.9 meter drop.
I know. He probably does better on his worst day than I do on my good days.
Yeah. Here we got Casey Schwimmer. Got some in-flight footage.
Nice. In-basket shot. So that was a pretty good throw.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think from up high, happy with a throw like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this morning was kind of if you can get a baggie in the field on pretty much any of the fields, you're gonna do okay.
Yeah, dang, Jeff had some speed there.
Yeah, and there's definitely anything less than about 200 feet, it was pretty slow, but once you got above 200, it was really starting to move. Now you can see Natasha's moving pretty quick here.
Yeah. Good throw from Natasha.
Yeah.
And Peg Bilson.
Quite a few Albuquerque pilots here.
Yeah. I'm not sure who that is in the...
So we got Peg up front, and then we got Cameron Wall in the purple balloon.
Okay, that was Cameron.
Yeah. I always get Cameron and Ryan Duff mixed up.
Since they're both the purples.
Yeah, similar purples. There's Cameron's baggie there, 24 meters.
Yep. You can hear all the cheering. That's, I think, one of the fun things about Longview is, you'll get it in some other places, and there's always some cheering, but I feel like Longview definitely has some of the bigger scoring teams where they really can, get loud for you.
Oh yeah. 10.3 meters for Richard Saban.
I think it's also Longview is also really good about broadcasting, like where a lot of the targets are, and trying to get the public out so that you have the public out to see what we're doing also, which is always fun.
Yeah, I noticed at a lot of the targets that we fly into, like there's a big crowd always there.
Yep.
It's always cool, especially when you got your cowbell.
Yeah. Dang.
Nice. Gary coming in hot with 0.8 meters. Tied for first with Amanda. Yeah, Corey Bloom flying his Kubitschek racer.
Another throw from up high. So Corey's balloon is also, like we just talked with Clement, and so his balloon is the same style as Clem's, right?
Yeah.
Just without the silver.
It's technically different fabric. The size is I think a little bit bigger than Clem's, but definitely the same like build pattern.
Okay. Dang, Brad Craig getting another 0.82.
Yeah,
a lot of close scores on this one.
Yeah, and that was from a little bit of a height too.
Yeah. There's Gary Heaven. That's his newer Lindstrand.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have the racing stripes don't spiral up. It's just straight up and down. Sounds like he's trying to talk to the scoring team.
Yeah. He's got his throw out. Just a little toss.
Nice.
Not bad. Still getting over 900 points on that.
Yeah. Dang. So three people tying for first place to get 1,000 points. You got Joe Zavada coming in at fourth, Mark Sullivan in fifth. So great job from Brad, Amanda, and Gary. Like Amanda was the first one to get through there, and then when you had Gary and Brad, but all of them, like no one was really super close to the ground really on those.
No. And Brad always likes to come in kind of later in the pack and just clean up, and he'll just get a good score. Like here locally, him and I have flown against each other, and it's like, oh, I got a really good score on that, and check the sheet when I get back, and he just beat me by a couple inches. So that's what he likes to do.
Coming in to see what everyone else got, and then he'll just do a little better.
Just a little better, yep.
Yep. So we just had Ben Leatherman. Here's Brett Christian. Ben's one of the other younger folks into the competition. 1.9 meters. That's pretty good from Brett.
Yeah. So this is the hesitation waltz. At least one of the tasks here, and this is actually at the main field. So I think most people ended up flying to this one. They kind of were hanging on that line.
I feel like I remember the other Hes waltz wasn't really. I think it was maybe achievable, but it was like if you tried to go for it, there's no way you were going to get to everything else or something like that.
Yeah, and like the way that they set up the max double drop, it was pretty much if you wanted to maximize that task, you pretty much had to follow a certain path line. Like your hesitation waltz is what determined that.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were trying to maximize that, at least at the start, and this is one of them that was in that line.
Yeah, I remember that. It felt like the morning. Remember right? The morning started out where it was like there was a fair amount of steerage, and then once we got up in the air, it's like it kind of just went out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there was a little bit of a weather front that kind of developed and started to move in, and that created a lot of problems. Anything that you thought you had wind wise probably wasn't there in the next 15 minutes, and maybe a few minutes after that it was back. So just really inconsistent.
Johnny Petrin just dropping it off like he's delivering mail.
Yeah. Just doing Johnny things.
Yep. Corey doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So like I know some people have sort of preferences. Like I've sort of heard Joe Zavada talk about how it's a rough throw.
Yeah, been there a few times.
Oh yeah, that's at least it went out. Like I've caught it in the ropes enough times. That's some of the reasons I hate winding it up like that, because it's just like so much can go wrong.
Yeah.
So would you prefer, like, that seems like sort of the height that I typically feel like I end up coming across most targets. I guess, do you prefer being a little higher, a little closer? I mean, closer is always better, but it's like then sometimes the closer you get, the more messed up your line can potentially get or whatever.
Yeah. I guess I'm fairly comfortable with any sort of throw at like 50 feet or less. I mean, really, even 100 to 200 feet, depending on how fast we're moving. But it seems like most of the time I'm coming across right around that 20-foot mark, which I know some guys like to just scrape the grass as they're coming in and doing their throw. But I've never really been that kind of guy. So, I mean, for the longest time, it's hard to even get down to 20 feet. So, I think it's all about building your comfort level.
I do like, and maybe it's just more inexperience on my part, but it's like a lot of the time I feel like I'm closer to the ground than I am. It seems like I'm like, oh yeah, I was like right on the deck, and I look at like a video of myself, and I'm like 50 feet up. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So pretty good.
There's overalls for tasks 1 through 4. Blake Aldridge in first, followed up by Corey Bloom. Yeah, and Richard Saban in third. So pretty tight, and a lot more flying to go. Yeah.
Well, thank you to all our patrons, long time and new. If you like what we're doing, jump over to baggiesout.com/Patreon and subscribe and help us get more videos out there. And we'll catch you on the next video.
All right. Flight 2 coming up.